saw my entire future. Yeah. That's the thing. I saw a lot of things of my future. Yeah, I don't feel, I know. I saw her. In my story, I say how there was one night that I went and there was like a gathering and I ran out of the door and I went into the shul. Remember the story? That night I saw my wife from across the room and I recognized her. No, in this world. In Eshet Torah. And half a year later, the rabbi that I was in touch with, the one with the Zohar and told me Tamshuga, all that, he made the shidduch and he told me, I know a girl that you probably would like. And when he pointed out, I was laughing. I was like, okay, if you insist. But I recognized her. When she walked into the car, when we went on the date, I was like looking at her. I'm like, I can't believe it. This is not normal. Yeah, half a year before that. Yeah. No, in that party. I saw her from across the room. Yeah, not really secular. It was in Eshet Torah, but Eshet Torah is like very... Yeah, it wasn't like a trance party with drugs. It was like there was a nice band playing, religious songs, and everybody was there with kippot and tzitziot. But it was like it wasn't like a Hasidic party in Bora Park. So there wasn't a mechitza. Everybody was together. But the thing is like this: if I look at this party now, I would never go to such a place because there was women and men together and everything was. But for me, when I was at that point very not religious, everybody looked to me very religious. I didn't have a yarmulke on my head. Everybody was with yarmulkes. Yeah, I recognize her. Yeah. And then when we went on the date, the whole date I'm looking at her and I'm like in my mind, I can't believe it. It's not normal. And then, yeah. She's convinced. My wife says, what I tell you now is 1-2% of all the good stuff. Some things I don't say. My wife gets all the good information. So I saw all my kids. Every time my wife is pregnant, I'm like, we're having a girl, we're having a boy. So a lot of things I know. But, so in the beginning, when my wife was pregnant the first time, she kept asking, what are we having? And I'm like, I'm not allowed to say, don't ask me. So then came Simchat Torah, and I hate alcohol. I cannot handle alcohol. Shabbat I drink wine for Kiddush, and that's it. People think, first of all, I look Russian. Everybody thinks I'm Russian. Everywhere I go, everybody tells me, Ponimaish Poruski. And I'm like, no, I'm not even Russian. I'm Israeli. But I hate alcohol. I only drink once a year. And that's Simchat Torah, and I drink for the entire year. So Simchat Torah, I get totally wasted. So what? Yeah. No, I drink wine. I have no issue with wine. But alcohol, vodka, whiskey, I can't handle that. Beers, I don't like that. Yeah, whatever. Even on Purim, I can't handle drinking. I'm drinking a little bit, and that's it. So it was the Simchat Torah, and I was like completely drunk. And as they were carrying me home, I was telling my wife, because you're drunk, you're not at 100%. I was telling my wife, it was our first daughter. I was like, we're having a girl, and I was like, and she's cute, and I saw her already. No. So, but later on, every time my wife gets pregnant, I'm like, we're having a boy, we're having a girl. So a lot of things I remember. Now, the thing is, a lot of the things I remember, but I don't remember how and what. So I remembered, I knew my brother-in-law is going to die. I remember seeing him dying, but I didn't know how, and I didn't know when. So when he died, I was like, I remember seeing him dying, that he died, but I didn't know when it's going to come, how it's going to come. Yeah. I can't come to him and tell him, I saw in Shamayim that you're going to die. They didn't tell me a date. It can happen any day. So it wasn't depressing, but after he died, I felt like, wow, maybe I should have really convince him to become religious. Maybe I should have not left him alone. The thing is that he was very anti. Every time I would just approach him, he was like, no, don't even come close to me. So there's a lot of things that I remember, but I don't remember all the details. I remember it very vaguely. They would think I'm a nutcase. Maybe. The thing is that half of my family, at least then, thought I'm completely nuts. When I came and told them, yes, this is what happened to me, they're like, they totally disqualified my mental abilities. So if I would come and tell them, by the way, I saw then that this is going to happen, they'll be like, okay. He's like, shh. So I had to be very careful with how I say things. But that I saw her, probably a couple dates. The thing is that in my story, I always say the same thing, that they showed me my whole life and I saw my wife. Now our first date, I told her the whole story. I just told her I saw my whole life. Because I said, if I'm going to say I saw my wife, she's going to tell me, what if she asks me, who is she? What am I going to tell her? You? She's going to be like, okay, thank you very much. The coffee was great. And run out. But a couple dates later, when I think it was very obvious to her that we're going to get married, then I already told her, I saw you. So she kind of freaked out. No, that was already after we got engaged and it was sealed. Then I told her. I don't know. No, not because of fast. I think because that it was just either erased from the database, that I'm not gonna use it for whatever reason. The thing is that I remember seeing many things, but I don't remember. No, I actually remember more and more as it goes. The thing is that not only that, but the best day of your life, you never forget. Not only that, let's say, usually the best day of somebody's life is their wedding day. Or, I don't know, the day they won the lottery. If you would now win the lottery, Bezrat Hashem you should, the day you come to pick up the check, you'll never forget that day. It will be engraved in your head, this day you won the lottery. Could be, but because this is so not connected to the world. This I remember.
It's like going skydiving. If you ever go skydiving, it's really exciting. Once you land, you have no clue what can happen.
Yeah. No. Oh, stuff like that? No. The thing is that I remember in the future-wise, just very general and big things. I don't remember details. I remember my wedding perfect. When I got married, my rabbi told me under the chuppah, very holy time, and all the Sharei Gan Eden they're open, and all the brachot come down at you, the chuppah. He was pumping me up, and he told me the whole chuppah, you with your eyes closed, and you pray for 20 minutes. Don't look at the guest, you don't look at your wife, you don't look at anything. It's 20 minutes that you have to pray. All the shefa, all the abundance comes to you at the time of the chuppah. So the whole chuppah, I'm standing like this and praying and thinking of my parents and all my friends and Am Yisrael and Gula for Am Yisrael and Mashiach, and I'm literally meditating and concentrating. I'm not hearing anything. I don't notice what's going on. For 1 second, the curiosity, I was like, okay, let me see what's going on here. And for 1 second, I lift up my head and I opened my eyes, and the whole scene, what I saw for 3-4 seconds, it's exactly how I remembered my wedding. and I was like, and I closed my eyes. Deja vu like a million times. So, and even like how everybody was positioned, all my aunts, my sisters, the picture was like, I can't believe it. It's exactly how I saw it. I got so scared I right away closed my eyes. So certain things, like big things, I remember. My wedding, I remember like the brisses of my sons, things like this. Some things that I remember, I'm assuming they'll happen.
If let's say you remember seeing great grandchildren, that means you're telling yourself that you're shortening your life, and let's say
Well, I saw something even better, because how I saw that I'm part of the days of the Mashiach. So either I'm going to live till very long, or either Mashiach comes very soon. So
you're actually saying Mashiach is going to come out of your life to tell that?
yeah.
Or is it 3 days?
Huh? The beard was still black. Because I remember very clear this look. And I get here, maybe I have a few white ones. So we're getting very close, because I remember the beard very like this.